So yeah, I have to be cozy to do this video because for this video, I just have to be really comfortable because it's already a very uncomfortable subject for me to talk about, and it's very personal. I want to start off by saying that this video is not for popularity. It's not for clickbait. It's not for anything that is other than helping people and telling my story so that other people can not feel alone and they can relate to things that have happened. It's not just for entertainment. This is actually, hopefully it will help people that need to hear stories like this. When I lost my V card, I was 15 years old, way too young. A little background, just a little fact is that I have a really close relationship with my dad, and we were talking on the phone one day, and I don't remember how exactly old I was at the time, but it had to be before. I probably was like 14, maybe turning 15, and he made me promise that I would wait until I was 18 to lose my V card. And I agreed. And that was my goal. That was the plan. That was fully my intentions in terms of that. Fast forward to me getting in my first relationship. I already did one story time about it. If you haven't seen it, and it'll be right here. I'm with this boy who is 2 years older than me, and he's obviously more experienced. He's already done the drugs and the sex and all of that. And I really like this person. I'm really feeling love for this person. I'm really committed to this person. And before we even got serious, I'm pretty sure that I told him, because that was a big thing. I told him that I was waiting until I was 18. And of course he accepted, but in his mind, of course, that's not going to happen for real. Months into the relationship, he started pressuring me more and more and more and more and more and more. The big thing that changed my decision was him saying that if I didn't give in and if he couldn't get it from me, that he would get it from somewhere else, meaning that either we wouldn't be together anymore or he would cheat on me. Me feeling like I love this person, I decide to give in. I apologize if y'all can hear the lawnmower. They always seem to be doing this while I'm recording, no matter what time of day it is. So we made the plan to seal the deal. I don't know what to call it. We made the plan to do that, and I don't know whose idea it was. Not gonna say it was him for sure, not gonna say it was me for sure, but most likely it was him. That gave the idea to sneak him in to my house. I do not remember. This is a very, very cringy time for me, so I put a lot of details out of my head. So I don't remember whose idea it was to sneak him in, but that's what happened. So now I'm talking about how I got caught. He took the bus all the way down because he lived pretty a ways away. Not that far, but it was a ways away to be taking the bus and walking. He took the bus and then I guess walked the rest of the way. And he came through the front window of the house. When he did come through the front window, a leaf from his shoe, from his boot, he wore like Timberlands, a leaf from his shoe was tracked into the house behind the couch. This was the living room, not the den. We had a living room and a den. In the living room, we were never in there. Nobody was ever in there. So I guess one day my stepmom or somebody was in there or walked in there and they saw the leaf. And then that obviously caused suspicion because somebody's sneaking in. So one day I'm at school. I'm in high school. I'm a sophomore. And I'm in science class. I do remember this detail. I remember this very vividly. I was in chemistry class, I believe it was. It was a science class. It was either chemistry or biology. It was a science class. I got a text message from my stepmom. And she said, I'm about to come up there. That was very unusual. Very unusual. So I said, what for? She didn't respond. And minutes later, the office, they called me out. So I walked out into the hallway and she was there in her work uniform because she had just got off of work. And she confronted me about it. And I told her what happened and I told her who it was. And then she gave me a hug and then she left. Basically, what happened was that she looked through my trash and she found the used condom that we used. And then that was it. When she left, obviously, everybody in the family gets told what happened. I get a call from my mom and she's obviously really upset and she's really like talking to me like I have never been talked to before. She threatened to punch me in the face. She was just really mad. That was the only thing that I remember her saying in that conversation because I was crying and I was scared and I didn't know what to do. He was there trying to comfort me, but he wasn't in trouble, so it really didn't matter to him. I mean, it did, but it didn't. When I got home, my dad, he was really upset. Obviously, he gave a speech about, how I betrayed him, how I lied and was, I don't know. It was bad. And then they took the door off of my room. So at the time, obviously, I was living with my dad. And after that, I had to move back with my mom because she felt like she could keep a better eye on me and stuff like that would not happen at her household. The thing that really upset me and humiliated me, because I understand that I did something wrong and, it was really bad. It was a big deal. It was horrible. But everybody knew. Everybody knew about my vagina in that moment. Like after that happened, everybody knew my business. Family members that I had not had a regular conversation with, if ever, are messaging me on Facebook saying, oh, we need to have a talk. And, oh, I heard you've been doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. Why does everybody know? Every chance somebody get, oh, Brianna lost her virginity, she's da-da-da-da. It was so humiliating. It was like I was just the worst person in the world. Like, sex is not a human being thing. Like, my mom hadn't done anything in her life. I understand my dad, he didn't do certain things until certain times, so he didn't understand. But at the same time, nobody prepared me for the conversations between me and this boy. Nobody told me that I would be coerced. Nobody told me that, he's going to threaten you and he's going to say this and that. Like, I never got a sex talk. Never received a sex talk. It was just made like I just was I was just hot and I was just fast and I just, it was all my idea. Like, I was just this bad kid, and that's the opposite of what I was. In a conversation I had with my dad after, he says it differently. He says that I said something or I had an attitude or I had something smart to say, but I'm taking it as what you said to me. He said to me that if I wasn't his daughter, he would have cut me off. And I understand he was upset, and that's fine, but that stuck with me. The only person that I really respect for how they handled the situation and how they approached me is my grandma, because she didn't come at me like it was the end of the world. She came at me like, okay, it's okay, it happened. Things happen and you're growing up and you get urges and things. Like, it was that type of conversation. Like, it wasn't just, oh, you're the worst in the world, like you're like it's over, like you're gonna be pregnant. And it wasn't that type of conversation. It was just like, okay, you just have to be safe. And I don't know exactly what she said, but it was very calming and very comforting compared to everything else. So of course now it's the, oh, you're gonna be pregnant, you know, you messing up your future. All of my cousins and everybody thought that I was gonna be the first person to get pregnant because, you know, I had now lost my V card. And the funny thing is, I have never been pregnant, and out of all, really everybody around me that's around my age, I don't have no kids and they do. Like, not to say that that's a bad thing, but like, don't judge me. Don't put things on me just because you're scared or whatever. Like, you didn't. I take responsibility for what I did and my part in the situation, and that was completely wrong for me to have snuck this person in and to do what I did like that. But at the same time, you have to take responsibility for what you didn't give me, for the tools that were not given to me, for the conversations that did not happen. And I'm going deeper into this in my next video. But I just had to lay the foundation out that this is what happened for this particular situation, and how it was handled was completely wrong. Completely wrong. Do not humiliate your children for doing things that are natural. Like, okay, I understand you're too young. I understand that notion. But give them what they need to know before it happens. And don't just say that sex is bad. Don't just say that it's nasty, it's wrong. Don't say that, because that's not giving them anything. They're going to learn what you don't tell them from other people and the internet. So you can't blame them for it if anything goes wrong. We have had conversations about it. It's a really tough thing for me to talk about with my parents. Here I am, 24 with no kids, and I don't want them for several reasons, and that's another video. But I do love my parents very much, and I'm grateful for the life that I was given. But I just wish that certain things happened differently, and that's fine. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. I love y'all. It is what it is. It happened, but this will help other people, and this is for other people that go through the same thing, that have been through the same thing, because it's so common for females to be humiliated and constantly put to blame and constantly talked down on and looked down on just because they have natural urges and they're following the natural thing that all humans do. That's that story. And now I have to tell the backstory on this in my next video. Thank y'all for watching. I really hope that this helped whoever needs to be helped. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.